In this video, I'm going to introduce you to object descriptions and explain when they are displayed and how you should write them. So let's start with the help for object descriptions. This topic contains all the information you need. So the object has a whole block of descriptions here, and these are all the short descriptions, and these are chained together to be displayed in inventory, in when you type the equip command, when you look at a player, when they're used, such as in combat, and when they're laying on the ground. So this is how they're put together. I recommend that you load an object and look at it, edit it, look at all of its descriptions, look at it in your inventory, wear it, drop it, see how those descriptions are put together, and I think then you'll get it. So it seems complicated, but it's really not, and it's really cool what these can do. So there are two special descriptions in the short description, and that's the before and after. And these are used in this string of short descriptions, and if they're present, and they're meant to be for objects that are special or magical. Usually something that has a backstory, or so you could, for example, you could have a book that's just simply the before description would be a leather-bound book, and the after description would be a book of prophecy. And the purpose would be that when the object has not been identified by a spell, it's called something generic, like a leather-bound book. And if it's been identified, then it's called a book of prophecy. And that same concept has been carried through to the object's extra descriptions, which are what you see when you look at the object. So if the object is identifiable, then you have a before and after description, and you have to create these. If the object is not identifiable, you just have one description called either. So this bag is not an interesting object. There is no before and after, and if it's not an interesting object, I do not want you to write a before and after. So it just has an either. So we'll delete those two. So it just has the either. I just wanted to show it to you, what they would look like if you created them. So you would have to type extra new and then the name of the extra description. Now, you can also create extra descriptions that are what you would normally think of as extra descriptions for an object. So say something, it's normally something that's found in the long description. So let's create one for drawstring. And when you're editing an O extra, you use the odesk command, and it's a normal editor like everything else. So we're just going to do something quick here. So now you see that this object has an either description and this drawstring extra. So if I load the object, the bag, and I look at the bag, I see the either description by default. And then if I type look bag drawstring, then I see the extra. So you do not need to write extra descriptions for every noun in an object description like you should in a room, but you might want to. And honestly, you probably shouldn't write them unless you have something interesting to say, because it's just, you know, people end up going down a rat hole like that, and they think you're playing interactive fiction games with them when you're not. So be careful with writing too many extras that chain off of one another, and objects are the same. So I hope that helps you understand object descriptions. If you have questions, feel free to ask, and thanks for watching.